No. What's going on, Freak Nation? Today we have a blue purple Reiju list. We're back at it again with Reiju because green purple Luffy is in the metagame now and we need a way to deal with it. I got a really teched out list right here to hopefully deal with all your green purple Luffy woes. And we got 3 games against green purple Luffy coming right at you after this list. We're gonna go over the tech cards later, save those for later. We just got the classic core of 4 small, 4 big Ichi, 4 small, 4 big Reijus. We're not on Niji, not on Yanji. Those cards are bad. 4 Sora as a 2K, searchable 2K. 3 Gina, 4 Foxy as a searchable 2K off Porsche. 4 Porsche is Let's Go Porsche and HG, and it helps us Don minus more against green purple Luffy. We got 4 Chopper and as a searchable target off Porsche, so we don't miss as much off Porsche and we can re-ramp. Also, we have 1 G-Blade, 2 Gamma Knife, and 2 Pudding as our main tech cards. What Pudding lets us do is we punish GP Luffys that take early, which they tend to do. A lot of times they'll double take when you swing 5 and then swing 7 with an Ichi. And then you can punish them on the follow-up turn with a Pudding, and then they're kind of dead in the water after that because they don't have the necessary counter to protect their characters after that. We also have 2 Gamma Knife. What Gamma Knife allows it to do is basically a removal spell for their rested characters. You make their Sanji putting a 2K and swing at it with one of your 1-cost searcher Sanjis on board, and then all of a sudden they are not having a good time because their Sanji puttings are getting removed. And 1 Gravity Blade, this is a funny trigger. It's nice to have in the deck when you can't Dom minus as much as you would like to, and all of a sudden your opponent has like a 6-cost Luffy, they have 5-cost Sanji and Pudding, and they've used Electrical Luna to keep all your guys rested. The best response to that is just remove their guys. We have 2 Germa and 4 Kingdom as consistency pieces. We're just really trying to turbo through our deck with this one. Now, I haven't mentioned anything else. Oh yeah, sometimes you can also Don minus so much that they cannot use their Rush Luffy to attack you. And a lot of times what happens there is they just concede. So we'll go into the games. I'm gonna start recording here with our anti-GP Luffy game. And we're gonna mulligan. Yeah, this is better. They get to go first. We get to play Reiju and swing double 5s on their 3-Don turn. So, yep. Just gonna Reiju, chill out. I really would like to play Kingdom. I don't think I need to though. It's like I can get super aggro. And you don't really care how much you Dom minus in this matchup, I'll be honest. Oh, I want to so bad. Let's do it. If they get 2 counters here, then no. It feels good to be bad. And they give a 0-cost event to stay at 3 life? Now we're feeling good. So now we can just play out the, it is no big deal. They didn't even find their Sanji and Pudding on curve, so we're really chilling. Because they're not going to Dom minus now. We're going to use Stage. Find a copy of Germ 66. And we're just play this Chopper blocker to ramp back up. We'll go 5-5-5-7. There's no way they can afford to counter 1 out of all these. Exactly. And they had to go down to 0. They must be bricked. That's the only real explanation, is that they're bricked to high heaven. Do they play out the Robin? That's what I'm wondering. Currently wondering right now. Play out the Mary. Well, it's not going to do him much good. If I could find a black bug, that would go really hard. The electrical Lunas. It's going to stop us from going for game. Because they're going to leave a Dawn up. Or maybe they don't leave a Dawn up. We'll find out. I gotta search the top 10 cards in my deck for that Dawn though. Give it 2k. And they... Ooh, okay. We find Reiju. Pitch the Reiju. Play Sanji. We get a EGG. How crazy is it just to do that? Not that crazy. Just go 7 elite. Poke him down. They'll have to play an electrical Luna every turn. I just don't think they have it in them. We get a Zoro. Nope. They're going to rest that so they can use Electrical Luna. Awesome. We love GP Luffy. Like, show me another Electrical Luna, please. Please just show it to me. They attempt to use their stage, but they forgot. We'll just block. I want to have space for next turn. Can't wait to get hit with Electrical Luna. It'll be great. This happens every time. Ooh, or just another Zoro. Another Zoro's fine. Yeah, you can have it. So we're not getting hit with Electrical Luna. That means they're dead. That means they're dead. Okay, they're dead. Cool. I just wanted to make sure that they were dead and that we were not getting Electrical Luna'd. So now we can just poke them to death because they don't have a blocker. 3 6Ks will eventually force this Electrical Luna. Not the Electrical Luna, the Gunworm Giant. Because if they use a counter card here, then yep, they have the Giant. And then we just swing 11. And there's just no way for them to counter out of an 11 with 2 cards in hand. GG. Looks like we got a game against Dream Purple Luffy. Last game of the night. We have opponents choosing to go second. Not a play I see often amongst the G Pooper Luffy enthusiasts, but I guess we'll see what we can do. Now, I'm very much considering on our 3-on turn playing out Porsche into Reiju into Big Reiju. Going down to 1 Dawn, but we draw a bunch of cards and we pay their life for about 1 million. So let's try it. We got Regina. Draw 2 cards. That felt pretty good. Can't even lie. I'm gonna give one of these Ginas. I got it for free off the Porsche anyway. They're gonna give us. They're gonna get for themselves a copy of Sanji Pudding. Reasonable. So we're just gonna hit 5s. Take, and then they take again? No, okay. We're going to discard this Foxy. No. Yeah, we'll just cut the Foxy. Grab Sanji. Rampadon. Maybe it was not correct Rampadon like that. I'm gonna give him the 1k counter. And we'll give this Chopper. Now they're gonna play out the Sanji Pudding. And they're gonna go up, up, up. And they get to play at the Zorjo. But that feels good for them. So they're 5 Dawn. I'm gonna discard this. Ooh. That would be really good. I suppose I could do that. So we're just gonna go aboard. Go 3 1k swings aboard and see what we can get. It might just give them to us. Okay, we're just gonna keep going 6s. See if they want to take, gives counter, etc. I like the way they did it. Oh wait, I can't even use this? Oh, that's terrible. Oh no. Cut the footage. Oh my god. Can you swing more than a 6 into it? Alright. Slight comeback. How much are they willing to swing? My goodness, bro. Jeez, he really wants that Ichiji gone. But guess what? And he came back. I should have stacked that Ichiji closer to the top of my deck. Goes 7. They give us the giant. I don't know if I agree with that, but sure. Go ahead, Chief. No, my fucking chopper, bro. That's funny. Both my grades were in life. Could you imagine? I mean, if this is 6-cost Luffy, you got it. Wait. 10. Yeah, that's math. GG. What a cluster fuck of a game. Oh my god, dude. I recorded this game without audio, so we're going to be doing a little voiceover here. We have our starting hand as a 2-cost Reiju, 4-cost Ichiji, 1-cost Searcher Sanji, and a 2-cost Chopper along with Stage. We start out with using our Sanji, looking for something to discard off Stage next turn, because we're going to end up seeing more cards this way than if we did it the other way around. We find a Reiju, so we can pitch that off Stage next turn and get a 2-cost Reiju into 4-cost Reiju to draw 3 cards in the follow-up, and swing 5 of their life. Skipper Luffy's taking a while to think about their turn. I wonder what they're thinking about, because they don't have a lot to do on their 2-down turn. They might just be passing. Okay, they get a Going Merry. They play the Going Merry. They draw a card. And we go for that play that we mentioned last turn. We look at what they searched, but we realize it was just the Going Merry. So we take our Stage, slam that Stage down. We use that Stage, discard our Reiju. Find nothing. We find absolutely nothing. Unfortunate for us. We get 5 of life. And we get to play a Reiju, down -1, and get out of the Reiju. Now we're loaded up for next turn. We definitely counter this just to stay healthy. You want to stay healthy against Green Purple Luffy since they can send a lot of Sun 7k attacks your way. And you have no way to defend against them because they've rested all your characters with a Uzuhachi. We get a second 1-cost event. This is... I think we're going to search for another 4-cost Reiju to draw some more cards because we don't have a big Ichiji set up, and we find it just off the top of the deck right there. We pull out another 2k counter, and since they haven't boosted their leader yet, we get to just go 5-5 at lead. Feel pretty good about that. They're going to give us the counter for both, and we just get to draw more cards. Feels pretty good. Now we have a big Ichiji for next turn. They're going to swing pretty big at our Reiju this turn, and we're just going to let them have it because we don't actually have that much Don we want to attach to our characters. Don management is nice because when they have a 6k leader like this, and you have to attach a Don to your characters to get any sort of value out of it. So we're just going to let them have this Reiju because it's not going to be attacking next turn anyway, so we don't really need it. They get a Sanji putting off their green Nami search, and we're just going to take this hit. We go to a ridiculous amount of cards in hand, and we find Porsche. Now, this is what's going to allow us to do is Don minus a lot. So we hit a Gina, another 2k counter, and we're just feeling good because we have a lot of cards in hand, and we still have 10 cards in hand after that because it really draws a card. We can use our Reiju to attack 5k into 4k. Do they count? They're not gonna give it to us, which is kind of a misplay because we only get value out of attacking with these bodies if we attach a Don to them, and this allows us to pour our Don into something else. Next turn I hope we should be able to find another Ichiji, I would imagine. And as long as they turn their pudding sideways. Oh, that's quite scary. They're going down to 6 Don. We're also at 6 Don. We're gonna block this 7k hit. Or no, we're gonna get the counters to do some 8 cards in end. And keep this blocker around. Just go 6 of life. We're gonna counter this. We're not really sure what they're gonna play with these last 4 Don. They're gonna swing with their Nami, which I don't feel too strongly about. I think they probably shouldn't. We find a big Ichi off the top. That's gonna be very nice. It's gonna let us swing very efficiently into their Sanjin pudding rather than at their life. A thing you want to do against Green from Luffy is if they counter too much, end up at like 3 cards like this, you want to be attacking small into life, because later on they can use Gundam Giants. You just want their to not be much cards in their hand. Just swing small hits at life, really get their cards down. They go down to 2. No, they get down to 1. They get a Sanji 2k, which they're going to use to counter. And I'd imagine another counter. They actually give us a Gundam Giant. Now this is kind of bad for us, because suddenly they're at 6 Don, and we're going to 6 Don, so it's going to be difficult for us to use our abilities. Because they get a 3rd Sanjin pudding. It's not 3 Sanjin pudding is a lot to deal with. It's a lot easier to deal with when it's not drawing a card when they play it, since we were at slightly less Don. But we are going to be going to 7, so we don't have to wait a Don minus this turn. It's going to feel pretty bad. And they're just going to start swinging out the gate. We give a 1k and a 2k. Just try to stay healthy here to hedge up against a big old 6 cost secret Luffy. And we're gonna go the blocker here. No, we're just gonna let it go. In hindsight, I don't know if I agree with this, but keeping the blocker will be nice because it's gonna force him to rest it at some point. They use a chopper of their own, and I make an odd play here. I'm gonna go. I think I go 8 at lead to try to force out counter, but realistically, they would have been forced to use their blocker with a 6 at lead, because then they wouldn't be able to use their leader ability on the next turn, and then it would have been a lot easier to go for game. So arguably, I should have used my blocker and then held all my 2Ks in hand and just let them not block, because they're going to use the blocker here and get more value than they should have. I should not be going 8 here. I think really the main issue that I have with GP Luffy is Gundam Giant. It makes him far too defensive for what should be just a pure aggro deck. And I'm going to do like a bit of a bad misplay here. I end up playing this Sora down and not realizing that I'm actually at a higher Don total than my opponent. And all of a sudden I just have to go 10 into their Sanji pudding. And what this tells me is that they don't actually have a Gum Giant in hand, because this would be very easy math for Gum Giant. So they must be holding on to some other sort of counter event. So they play that on the Rush Luffy. They use leader ability to go to 6k leader and restand 2 Don. Such a strong leader ability. Have any of you noticed that like Luffy, all the Luffy leaders just like going to 6k lead or starting at 6k lead? It's just kind of their thing, huh? Like Black Luffy, You have an 8 cost higher character, goes to a 6k lead. Green purple Luffy gives itself +1 by down minus, going to be starting 2. Blue purple Luffy, that's just a 6k leader. Red purple Luffy is just a 6k leader. I'm trying to think of any other examples, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Because the other purple Luffys don't do that kind of thing. So here's what we can do. We can attach our Don to this Sora to go for a very silly type of lethal. But they end up having to take here off the 6k set. That must be bricked up. So in the end, our misplay didn't matter so much. I'm wondering if it would have been better if they could have just gone for game. It seems like they had 2 Gum Gum Giants, but didn't want to be forced to use their Gum Gum Giants there. But they didn't put 2 Don up, which is unfortunate. And the 7 is just going to clean it up. They did barely manage